Some off-road vehicles are still the kings of the dirt, and nothing can change that. Get ready for a thrilling ride through 20 iconic vintage machines that haven't lost their edge. Let's travel back in time. By 1991, the Range Rover was polishing its off-road king status with a refined, more comfortable attitude. Underneath, it combined efficiency and power. A softer suspension and a redesigned steering shaft made it smoother on the streets without losing its legendary trail cred. The 3.9-liter V8 stayed, netting a not-so-frugal 13 miles per gallon in the city and 15 miles per gallon on the highway, but nobody bought a Range Rover to be thrifty. Inside, things got cushy. Heated door locks, an auto-dimming rear-view mirror, wood accents, and leather everywhere, unless you grabbed the rugged Hunter, which stuck to cloth. A smaller, higher fuel door, black bumpers, and fresh colors like Trocadero red kept the outside looking sharp. Luxury, capability, and attitude. That was the 1991 Range Rover in a nutshell. The 1992 Hummer H1 is proof that being unstoppable off-road doesn't mean you'll get anywhere quickly. Packing a 5.7-liter Chevy V8 with just 190 horsepower into a 7,000-pound body gave it a laughable 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 18.1 seconds. About as fast as a Continental Drift. Despite its glacier-like pace, the H1 dominated rugged terrains with 16 inches of ground clearance and massive 37-inch tires. Schwarzenegger's push made it a civilian icon, but aerodynamically it had more in common with a house than a truck. The Jeep CJ5 holds a special place in automotive history, blending rugged utility with a dash of style that still resonates today. Launched in 1976, it was the first redesign in 20 years for the civilian Jeep, featuring a 93.4-inch wheelbase and offering options like molded plastic tops and steel-hinged doors. It came with a variety of powertrains, including a 4.2-liter inline-six and even a V8, combined with part-time four-wheel drive. The CJ5 quickly became a favorite for off-road enthusiasts and adventurers alike. While the base model was a versatile off-roader, the CJ5 offered several distinctive trims, like the Renegade, which featured alloy wheels and off-road suspension upgrades. The CJ5's rugged yet customizable nature has ensured its continued popularity among collectors and enthusiasts. If this is what you're looking for, just like this video and share. Hit the subscribe button while you're on it and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. The 1969 Chevrolet Blazer marked a pivotal moment in GM's push into the recreational vehicle market. With a two-door body and a 104-inch wheelbase, it offered a mix of off-road prowess and daily driver comfort. Its V8 engine options, including the 255 horsepower 350 cubic inches small block, made it one of the fastest 4x4s of its time, reaching 60 miles per hour in 11 seconds. Despite a late start in production with only 4,935 units built in 1969, the Blazer proved to be a hit. The vehicle's optional fiberglass top, spacious interior, and robust axles made it perfect for off-road adventures. With rugged utility and a powerful engine, the '69 Blazer set the stage for future success in the SUV market. The 1958 Willys CJ5 didn't just tackle trails, it practically invented how to dominate them. Born tough with a 2.2-liter Hurricane F-head engine, pushing out 75 horsepower and 114 pound-feet of torque, this little brute had no interest in speed records. Its 3-speed manual, tiny 81-inch wheelbase, and steel ladder frame were all about crawling over boulders, fording rivers, and laughing at muddy death traps. Solid axles, leaf springs, waterproof gauges. Every piece screamed practicality. Military forces around the world took notice, too. Minimalist inside, brutally capable outside, the CJ5 proved that simplicity plus rugged engineering equals eternal cool. Launched in 1995, the Toyota Mega Cruiser was purpose-built for serious work, not showrooms. Originally designed for Japan's self-defense forces, it carried a 4.1-liter turbo diesel engine with 153 horsepower and 282 pound-feet of torque, paired to a 4-speed automatic and full-time 4WD. It wasn't about speed, it was about reliability across any terrain. With front, center, and rear locking differentials, four-wheel steering, and an optional central tire pressure system, the Mega Cruiser could handle just about anything. It stretched over 200 inches long and tipped the scales at 6,283 pounds, but could still carry a 600-kilogram payload with ease. Though it didn't succeed commercially, the Mega Cruiser heavily influenced Toyota's future SUVs and remains a fascinating piece of off-road history. The 1972 Scout International 2 was the SUV that started it all. It set the stage for what a real SUV should be, with rugged good looks, a removable hardtop, and bold colors like Glacier Blue and Omaha Orange. It wasn't afraid to stand out. Under the hood, buyers could pick anything from a hard-working 196 cubic inches four-cylinder to a punchy 304 V8 engine, with up to 193 horsepower ready to hit the trails. Optional four-wheel drive, manual or automatic transmissions, and surprising comforts like air conditioning made it versatile both off-road and on. Today, the Scout 2 remains a collector favorite, admired for its simple, go-anywhere toughness. Built from 1963 to 1991, the Jeep Wagon Ear broke new ground as the first luxury 4x4 distinct from Jeep's CJ lineup. Based on a truck frame shared with the Gladiator pickup, it debuted as a rugged yet refined full-size SUV. Early models offered multiple body styles, including 2- and 4-door versions, and even a panel delivery option. Power came from the fuel-efficient 3.8-liter Tornado SOHC 6-cylinder engine, paired with either a manual or automatic transmission and available rear or four-wheel drive. Innovative for its time, the Wagon Ear featured optional independent front suspension for a smoother ride, 11-inch drum brakes all around, and even factory AC starting in 1964. Willys Motors soon became Kaiser Jeep Corporation, but the Wagon Ear's reputation continued. When the Mitsubishi Pajero stormed onto the Tokyo Motor Show floor in 1981, it wasn't just another 4x4, it was a revolution. Officially launched in 1982, the Pajero replaced the old Jeep delivery wagon with a short wheelbase, 3-door powerhouse ready for anything. Drivers could pick from rugged petrol and diesel engines, including a punchy 3.0-liter V6 and turbocharged diesels that laughed at rough terrain. More than just muscle, it packed tech few dared to dream of. A turbo diesel engine, double wishbone torsion bar suspension, power steering, and suspension seats. In a world of bone-rattling off-roaders, the Pajero offered real comfort without sacrificing grit. Spanning 4 generations until 2021, it didn't just survive, it led, setting a high bar for full-size SUVs everywhere. Built with a revolutionary unibody design paired with a fully welded perimeter frame, the XJ Jeep Cherokee blended lightweight agility with impressive structural strength. Most models came with Jeep's legendary Command Track part-time 4-wheel drive system, offering true low-range gearing. It boasted up to 8.3 inches of ground clearance and short overhangs for solid approach and departure angles, making it highly maneuverable in tight technical terrain. Stock XJs came with solid front and rear axles, Dana 30 up front and Dana 35 or Chrysler 8.25 in the rear, perfect for handling brutal off-road stresses. Engine options like the 4.0-liter inline-6 gave it reliable torque, critical for crawling obstacles or tackling steep climbs. The Lamborghini LM002, often called the Rambo Lambo, was originally designed as a military vehicle. When the military passed, Lamborghini thought of what to do, wrapped it in leather, added a tape deck, and sold it to bold customers in 1986. It packed a 5.2-liter V12 from the Countach, producing 444 horsepower. Despite its immense weight of over 3 tons, it reached 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 8 seconds. Fuel economy? Expect a mere 8 miles per gallon, if you're lucky. Off-road, the LM002 shines with full-time 4-wheel drive, rugged tires, and a suspension designed to handle the toughest terrains. It's a gas guzzler, but with a 290-liter tank, it's ready for long adventures. The Dodge Power Wagon was a beast built for battle and adventure. Born from the guts of World War II's Dodge WC series, it was the first civilian 4x4, a true pioneer in off-roading. This truck didn't just talk the talk, it walked the walk with its 230 cubic inch flathead 6, 4-speed manual gearbox, and a 1.96 to 1 low-range transfer case that made crawling up rocky hills easy. Weighing in at 8,700 pounds, it was practically indestructible, carrying up to 3,000 pounds with ease. The Power Wagon's PTO system helped to power tools for better performance, too. With its meaty 16-inch tires and rugged design, this truck wasn't made for paved roads. It was born to conquer anything off them. The 1997 Ford F-250 stood tall as a full-size workhorse that didn't just promise toughness, it delivered. With its redesigned, swoopy exterior lines and a stiffer chassis underneath, this truck brought a level of car-like handling that made heavy-duty feel surprisingly refined. Standard models came with a 4.6-liter V8, pumping out 220 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. Inside, Ford upgraded the cabin for $1997, offering a comfortable and modern space to live in without sacrificing the rugged materials these trucks were known for. Reliability was a standout, with owners praising its solid construction and minimal maintenance needs. Whether you were after comfort, power, or just pure value, the 1997 F-250 hit every mark. A full-sized machine built to work hard and age even harder. If you picture toughness wrapped in mid-century cool, you're probably imagining the 1958 Chevrolet Apache. Powered by a hardy 4.6-liter 5.8, cranking out 160 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque, the Apache wasn't built for showrooms, it was built for work. Rear-wheel drive, 3-speed manual or optional 4-speed automatic, and a stout 108.3-inch wheelbase gave it serious road and off-road credibility. With seating for 3 across its broad bench seat and a clean, purposeful 2-door design, the Apache made hard labor look good. Plus, its narrow 50-inch width made it agile enough for tight ranch roads or city streets. In 1958, with gas at just $0.25 a gallon, this was the working man's dream on wheels. The 1966 to 1977 Ford Bronco wasn't just Ford's first real stab at the off-road game, it was a bullseye. Purpose-built to challenge the Jeep CJ5 and International Harvester Scout, the original Bronco had all the right ingredients. Squared-off bodywork, a flat windshield, and a footprint small enough to wrangle tight trails but big enough to be practical. Early models packed a 2.8-liter inline-6, good for 90 horsepower, while later versions flexed with the available 2.89 V8. Ford kept things simple but clever, tossing in a 3-speed manual, shift-on-the-fly 4WD, and even a removable fiberglass top for more versatility. Up front, bucket seats kept the driver planted, and a sturdy cargo partition protected gear in the back. The first-generation Bronco was the spark that ignited a legend. The 1993 Land Rover Defender 110 brought old-school off-road grit into a rare, limited-edition package. Only 500 of these aluminum-bodied beasts hit U.S. soil, packing a 3.9-liter V8 that churned out 182 horsepower. Enough muscle to conquer trails, rivers, and whatever else got in the way. With a 110-inch wheelbase, it stretched longer than a standard Range Rover, balancing rugged utility with surprising roominess. Inside, it offered seating for 9, with jump seats in the back that practically begged for muddy boots. Only a 5-speed manual paired with full-time 4-wheel drive made the cut, staying true to its adventurous spirit. Standard gear: air conditioning, a roof rack, running boards, ride-leveling suspension. Everything needed for the wild. The 1995 Nissan Patrol GQ is the off-road legend that still holds its ground today. Powered by either a 4.2-liter petrol engine with 125 kilowatt or a diesel 4.2-liter that churns out 85 kilowatt, it's built for power and reliability. With a 5-speed manual and full-time 4-wheel drive, the GQ grips the toughest terrains with ease. Its rugged design offers ample space, with a wheelbase of 2,970 millimeters and towing capacity up to 2,800 kilograms. Inside, it's all about practical comfort: air conditioning, power steering, and room for up to 7 people. Whether you're tackling trails or cruising around town, a ride in the 1995 Patrol GQ will prove why it's a go-to for off-road enthusiasts. When the Isuzu Trooper first rolled onto the scene in 1981, it was basically a tough, slow-moving box on wheels. 4 cylinders, 4 gears, and part-time 4-wheel drive doing their best against 3,700 pounds of stubborn steel. Early models, including a rare soft-top version, huffed along with a 1.95-liter gas engine or a 2.2-liter diesel, barely flexing 73 horsepower. Still, that 3-position shifter and manual or auto-locking hubs made it a scrappy little climber. As the years rolled on, the Trooper leveled up. Air conditioning, power windows, and a V6 engine turned it from bare-bones bruiser to a genuine off-road gentleman. Slow start, but serious finish. The Isuzu VehiCROSS took one look at the SUV playbook and politely tossed it out the window. Built from 1997 to 2001, this compact two-door stood out with aggressive styling. Titanium grille teeth, black cladding, and a hood insert that made it look permanently ready for battle. Underneath, it borrowed the Trooper's 3.5-liter V6, delivering 215 horsepower and 230 pound-feet of torque, and backed it with torque-on-demand AWD that could shuffle power across all 4 corners using 12 sensors. Thanks to body-on-frame construction, race-inspired monotube shocks, and serious gearing, it wasn't just about looks. The VehiCROSS could really wheel. The VehiCROSS proved that sometimes the best path forward is the one nobody else is brave enough to take. When Suzuki set out to conquer the unbeaten path in 1970, they didn't build a monster. They built the plucky LJ-10. Starting life as the Hopestar ON360 before Suzuki bought the rights, the Jimny's DNA was all about squeezing maximum adventure from a tiny frame. Its 359 cubic centimeters two-stroke, two-cylinder engine coughed up a humble 25 horsepower, but paired with a 4-speed manual and a 2-speed transfer case, it was a mountain goat in disguise. A short wheelbase and part-time 4-wheel drive gave it the agility to dart through rough trails where bigger trucks feared to tread. Lightweight, simple, and almost cartoonishly tough, the LJ10 carved Suzuki's reputation for building go-anywhere heroes. From raw power to legendary durability, these 20 vintage off-roaders are proof that age is just a number. Which of these classics would you trust to tackle the wildest trails?